Hi guys, my name is Ellery. Welcome to my car. Today's actually a holiday weekend, so it's Monday, and I'm taking the day to kind of enjoy Austin. So I went to my favorite little bakery, Swedish Hill, and I went to the one that's very far from my house because it's next to my favorite nursery where we are currently parked, Barton Springs Nursery. I should say it's one of my favorite nurseries. I've got a couple. That are really, really nice in Austin. One of them was closed on Mondays. So I have my green tea from Swedish Hill. I got a little scone, and then we're going to go walk around Barton Springs and see what they have. Sometimes it can be a little bit pricey, so it might be a little bit more inspiration than purchasing, but I'm really excited to show y'all. Their space is absolutely beautiful. It is so nice to just walk around and explore. They are always adding more and more stuff in little like pockets of the property. So let's go explore. The nursery is absolutely beautiful. This little house is also like a gift shop with seeds that I'll show you at the end. And then they're always adding new stuff. Like this was a new sculpture that wasn't there the last time I visited, but it is so pretty. And then this is the main like plant house where they have all the veggies, herbs, lots of flowers, and it's a good variety of veggies. Like you've got like a couple options of cabbages to choose from, and I ended up getting some thyme, and I think they had like 4 or 5 different thyme options, which was really nice. I don't always get veggies because I think they're like $3, maybe a little bit less per little plant start, and it's just so much cheaper to do it by seed, but sometimes I'll get a couple things. This is a moringa tree, which I have gotten one from them before, and it is doing very well in my backyard. And moringa is like very nutrient dense, though I've never actually eaten the leaves, but the idea is that once it's established I could do that, which would be really fun. So yeah, they've got some of the kind of more like specialty plants that you wouldn't find at like a big box store, and would otherwise have to like start from seed. And then they also have just like a huge property. I'm not sure how big it is, but I mean it's got to be like more than 5 acres. It just keeps going and going, and it's relatively close to Austin proper, so it's kind of cool to have such a big nursery and have it be so well designed and like beautiful. They actually have this little fun tortoise who's been there forever and has like a really big space that he gets to hang out and play in, which is really fun. I ended up getting 2 of the English thyme and 1 of the French thyme, because I'm not really sure which one I prefer, so I wanted to just try them out and see which one does better, because right now I don't have any in the garden and I definitely miss it. It's like one of my favorite herbs to cook with. These pots I am obsessed with. They're so expensive. I've never bought one, but I just love the style of them. I actually did, I got like a big promotion at work once and got a vase from that same company from Barton Springs Nursery, so that was like a very special purchase for myself, but I can't justify the flower pots. They're like $68 for like a medium-sized one, but I just think that they are so pretty. I really love the little design details and the color palette of them. I've never really seen anything quite like it other than that brand. I think that the trees are probably one of my favorite parts of this nursery. It just feels like, yeah, very well canopied, shady. It's nice to walk around. And then that like specialty item thing extends into their landscaping plants as well. They have just a ton of options. Like, I think these are Japanese maple trees. Yeah. Which I think that they're really pretty. I especially like the red one. And then they've just added all these little pockets of stuff. So like this is their little parakeet area where you can watch the birds, which is very cute. And then they have just like spots to sit and hang out. This is where they have all their houseplants. And then they also host a lot of events. So they built this big stage. And then behind there is like a little kids play area that is super cute. It's like a little cabin. And I just love all of the fall aster. It just does very, very well here and always looks really pretty. And then this is for little bugs to live in, which I thought was cute and kind of looks cool, like some art. This is their big pond. They have a couple turtles that live in here, and I think I've seen koi fish before. And then they have this thing called the Museum of Dirt that's a separate building and has like some educational materials, and then you can also buy like dirt and gardening tools and stuff here, which is pretty cool. They have some fun like independent brands and like more artisanal stuff. And then this is inside that little gift shop that I showed at the beginning. This is the back room, and they kind of change out the inventory pretty frequently. So right now it's all kiddos stuff, and then they have some apparel as well. I liked the color of that dress a lot. And then in the main room, they have kind of like gifting items, is what I would call it, but just nice things that I personally really love. I thought these espresso cups were cute. And then the little like saucer is also the lid. But I do not need any more espresso cups, so they did not come home with me, but very, very cute stuff. And then I hadn't seen all of this before, but they added a lot of like beauty and wellness items. And then they have this cool little terrarium. So yeah, I think if I were shopping for somebody with a similar style to me, I would check this out as like a option for getting them a gift, because it just seems very well curated and is a very enjoyable shopping experience. At the back of that house, they have this kind of like remedy room type stuff with like neem oil and and this I think it's a nematode. Is that what they're called? Or an ocelot? Is that a real animal? Axolotl? That's what it is. An axolotl. And then they have worm castings and worms from Austin Worm Lab, which was a great to know, because I do need to get some worms for the garden. I didn't buy them on this trip, but it's good to know that they have them, because last time I was looking for worms, it was actually really hard to find them in stock anywhere. So as I revive the garden, I think I might come back here and just pick them up. I feel like it's better to buy them here than have them shipped to my house. And then they have all of these botanical interest seeds. This is probably where I buy most of my seeds, here or Natural Gardeners, but I really love botanical interest. And then I just could not stop looking at these asters because they were so pretty and had all of these little bees buzzing around. And I think normally this is like a little bench where you can just sit and enjoy the nursery a little bit. So that is Barton Springs Nursery. It's actually out on Bee Caves. I think they used to be on Barton Springs. Those are like roads in Austin. Okay, I just got home. Well, actually a little bit ago. I got home. Andre was here and we had a quick lunch, and I got all my plants from Barton Springs. I'll show y'all what I got. This beautiful fall aster plant that the lady was actually saying will be a perennial in this area. I just have to cut it back. around Valentine's Day. And then I also got some little snapdragons, some pansies, and then some thyme. I got an English creeping thyme and a French thyme. So I'm excited to have those. I haven't had thyme in the garden for a really long time. I think maybe since we moved in here. I had it in my old garden, but just haven't planted it here. So we'll do the plant stuff in a little bit, but I need to get a chore done. I have an incredibly messy kitchen right now. Our sink broke last week, and I had done like a big cooking day, and then the faucet was broken, so it was just like leaking. In Austin, the water's really hard, so the pipes will get calcification on them, so you can't truly like shut them off if it's an older home. So it was just like kind of dripping for days. We had to get the plumber guy out, but it was a whole thing. The sink is like mostly fixed. The hot water still isn't working, and so he needs to come back at some point, but I lost the sink and the dishwasher through all of that, so I've just had stuff pile up like crazy. So I need to deal with that, and then I can move on to the more relaxing parts of my day off. So I'm going to actually just put my headphones on and listen to a video while I clean up, and then I'll probably take a shower, and then I think we are going to go to Local Pastures and get some groceries for the week. We're just running low on milk. I think we're good on eggs. And then I always want to check their discount bin and see if there's any good deals. And that's about it. I think for dinner, we're going to make the cut white chicken, which is like a Cantonese style chicken that's absolutely delicious, and is really simple to pull together. So that's the plan for today. I sped this whole section up a ton because I don't know how interesting it is to watch somebody clean, but I was really happy to actually knock this out and get everything back in order. I am the type of person that like I do best when things are put away and put in their place. It just like causes me low-grade anxiety to have my space messy. So it was good to do a little reset. I'd been cooking a lot of like popcorn and rice, and it had fallen through the grate. So I took that as an opportunity to do a little deep clean of this area. So I cleaned the cooktop, the backsplash, and the cooking hood. Cool. I think that is good. I feel like it's definitely not perfect, but more comfortable. I need to put away the clean dishes and run the dishwasher, but I'm going to go ahead and shower, then I'll run the dishwasher, and then we'll go to Local Pastures. I love Local Pastures. There was nothing in the ugly bin, and actually since recording this I've gone back and there was nothing in the ugly bin this time or the next time, so maybe somebody else is encroaching. I feel like for a while I was the only one shopping from it, but that is okay. Or maybe they're just not having stuff, go wrong in packaging. I did get Pablo some of these little duck wings as a treat, which he really loves. And then I just got, the basics from here, and did get more of that Kettler Farmers cheddar, which was so good and is now, like our favorite cheese. So definitely always want to get more of that. And it was a very nice, easy little trip to Local Pastures, a very lovely day. I did make that Cantonese whole chicken for dinner, which I don't have footage of, but I just wanted to say thank y'all for watching and spending time with me. I appreciate it.